Helen, you're going to talk to me first of all about the tidy towns here in Bansha.
I am Stevie. Very welcome to Bansha this evening. Good to have you here. We're here for our usual regular, our Tuesday evening, I should say, Tidy Towns meet-up. I'm the chairperson of Tidy Towns. Been in that job now for a couple of years. It's hard to get out of it. Much easier to get in than it is to get out. Bansha Tidy Towns has been in operation, I suppose, for the last 13 or 14 years, and we would acknowledge that there was a previous Bansha Tidy Towns going back a good many years before that. So I suppose in a way we're carrying on the work that they were doing when we got involved. We've had some great people involved over the years. And you do need people to drive it. You need people who are willing to volunteer and to work, but you need people who will drive it, come up with ideas and what you can do.
Was it easy to get volunteers, Helen?
It's not. I think our best way of getting volunteers is by word of mouth. You know, somebody will bring somebody else on. We have, this year now, we have one new volunteer, she's a young girl. And it's lovely to have, I suppose, a younger person, because the rest of us are not so young anymore. So
I know, that's it, yeah. Well, I suppose it's all about maybe just getting involved, and you'll be surprised what that person has to offer.
Everybody has something to offer. You know, it's not all work, Stevie. You know, there's a lot of chat and discussion. We have a good social side to it. People meet up. We have a cup of tea when we finish. So there has to be a bit of fun in it.
Yeah.
So we're entered to Tidy Towns for 2025. The application has gone in since May, so generally from early June or any time in June the judging takes place, so it's good to make people aware of that. The application process is a bit tedious now in what they're looking for. It has changed a bit over the years. I suppose they're very much into, you know, sustainability and all this kind of thing now, as opposed to years ago it was keeping a place just clean and tidy, you know.
Does that apply extra pressure then for you and for your members?
It does in a way, so it does, you know, that it does. It's good often sometimes to go to other places to see what they're doing. I watched a lovely video clip the other night someplace in Cork, and I can't think of what they call the garden now, it's gone out of my head, but I thought, what a wonderful idea. You know, they have wildflowers, they have fruit growing in it, they have kind of wildlife areas. So basically, I suppose that's more what they're looking for now in Tidy Towns, as opposed to, you know, the I suppose what it was in the early stages when it started out. But I think it's good for every community. I've noticed myself during the year, you know, when you drive through villages and parishes within the county, outside of the county, you know, every place looks really good. They're well kept. There's an absence of litter. You know, people are more, I suppose there's a sense of pride in where people live now, you know, and it's good for everything. It's great for the country. It's great for tourism, you know, when you keep places looking good. It hopefully will entice people to kind of stop off at the area.
Well, I suppose when you put it that way, I think that's very interesting, because you're very close to Rossiterhead and then the entrance into the Glen of Aherlow, and plus the fact that Christ the King is only a short distance away.
Oh yeah, I mean, we always kind of class Bansha as being kind of the main gateway for the Glen, because I suppose a lot of the people who come for the caravan parks in the Glen, you know, they're coming off the boat, coming up from Rosslare, so this is their route, you know, coming up for where they access the Glen.
Okay, I'll be back to you in a second, Helen, but I'll just go over to Nancy Leahy, and you're going to talk to me about maybe some of the people that are involved.
Okay, well, where we're standing is the village green, and it's the keynote of our village. It's what makes our village special, and we're very lucky to have a man who comes and does all this mowing on his own time with his own machinery and keeps the green in pristine condition. And the trees were part of, that was the beginning really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of, we got leader money, did we?
It was,
Yeah, and the plaza over there where you see the daisies. And all these trees were, with the exception of the very tall one over far near Galty View, that's an ancient tree which we're very proud of. But all the rest of these trees were planted in the last 10, 15 years, weren't they?
Yeah.
And so the green is the feature of our village that we're very proud of, and the flower bed surrounding it, and all the rest that has that's added on. And like any organisation, they're always keynote people, and I would count John a major keynote for keeping the green in the pristine condition in which he keeps it, and then Helen, our chairman, who drives everything into place and keeps us together and gets us going. And then every day of the week we have community employment people. Yeah. Ziggy MacDonald comes here every morning, 5 mornings a week, and she tends the flower beds and feeds them. And
how important is it to have somebody like Ziggy coming in here 5 days a week?
It's enormous, and Neddy Harris is on the same programme, is he?
He is.
And regardless of being on that programme, Neddy is somebody who does Tidy Towns work every day of the week in some form or another. He's permanently, as the saying goes, tipping away at something. And those of us who come on a Tuesday evening, we think we're great. We do 2 hours. But like Neddy and Ziggy are here all day, every day,
Helen, just looking here in the background, there's some beautiful trees.
Yeah.
Now, realistically, no matter what village you will go to, I do a lot of travelling throughout Ireland.
Yeah.
And I have never seen anything like this. I'm just looking here in the background here. The trees are a massive feature here in the village of Bansha.
They are, yeah.
Have you ever been up for any award or anything in particular?
Well, funny you asked that, Stevie, because this year there's a good lot of special awards in Tidy Towns, which we've never really gone in for. But we are actually going to enter this year. There's one that's sponsored by Quilta, and I suppose it looks at the benefit of having trees in your village and in your community and what they do for people.
Okay, and is there any other message, Helen, that you want to get out there this evening?
There is. I suppose just recently, in the last 2 weeks, the Tipperary County Council have granted the painting enhancement scheme for Bansha Village. Okay,
that's a brilliant idea.
It is. So basically, how it works is that. That's a bit noisy. It's open for businesses, commercial businesses, but it's also open for private residents. Okay, all can apply. It's on the County Council website, but we do have the application forms through Tidy Towns. We're actually just promoting it locally. All decisions are made by the County Council, but it's fantastic. There's an upper limit that you can get of up to €500 or 50% of the cost if it's less than that.
Yeah, so if you were doing maybe something like 300 quid's worth of paint coming in.
It would, or if it's costing 700, you'll get 350 back.
Yes.
Now, look, like all grants, how they work, obviously you have to get the job done, you have to pay your bills, you have to keep receipts and submit them.
Is it a registered painter that has to, decorator that has to come out, or can you do it yourself?
Not necessarily, no. It covers the cost of paint, is my understanding as well.
Yeah. Right, that's so actually interesting. I think that's a great initiative really to get your buildings done.
We're lucky in the village, we've got fantastic buildings. I know we have one that's, I suppose, has been laying empty. O'Heeny's been laying empty for quite a while. We're delighted that a couple of new premises are being upgraded. They were previously empty for a number of years. I think in the last year we have a lovely new coffee shop, the Fig Tree in the village. So it all adds. We have obviously the garage, we have Catherine O'Connell's shop, and we have our wonderful butcher, Brendan Healy.
Brendan Healy, I was just zooming in on him.
And we have the hairdressers, thanks Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's quite a good little village, so it is.
It is. I was just coming in, I could see Bill Daly Motorworks and then motor sales, car sales, etc. And then we're just coming in along, and of course, Free Lawn Isle are also based here.
Also there, you have Bansha Castle, you have Bansha House, we have Liss McHugh House on the other side of the village.
It's great to see it.
It's fantastic.
I've always said that whatever it is, I don't know what it is about the village of Bansha and the parish of Bansha. I mean, there's some great people that are here. There's some great people that have been here with sport, and whether it is horse racing or indeed soccer or Gaelic games and singing, as we all know. There's some place for it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
But then again, I suppose there's people for everything, isn't there, Nancy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is. The same people won't be doing everything, but it's great when you can spread it around.
Okay, final word in this evening.
Well, look, we're looking forward to a good year at Tidy Towns. So we are. And look, we're not the most competitive. I've often said that when it comes to tidy towns. But we like what we do. We're very proud of where we are. And look, here goes. Please God, we'll get a good summer out of it.
Helen and Nancy, both of you, it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you,
Lovely.
Stevie.
Thanks, Stevie.